The sun bleeds out over the horizon, a final defiant smear of orange and purple. Down below, Tokyo doesn't slow down. It doesn't stop. It holds its breath. This is Shibuya Crossing. They call it the Scramble, a tidal wave of humanity, a perfectly orchestrated chaos. Suits, school uniforms, fashion subcultures, moving in unison, yet utterly alone. They surge forward, a silent agreement among thousands. Don't stop. Don't look up. Just keep moving. The city is a machine. These people are its lifeblood. This is the moment of transition, the last gasp of the workday. You can see it on their faces. Exhaustion, release, anticipation. The night. A promise. The first neon sign flickers to life. Darkness falls, but in Tokyo, darkness is a lie. It's a temporary condition, quickly and brutally vanquished by a supernova of artificial light. The city doesn't go to sleep, it plugs itself in. Every square inch becomes a billboard, a beacon, a screaming testament to commerce and desire. Relentless, beautiful, utterly disorienting. The quiet gray of the afternoon is a distant memory, replaced by a lurid electric glow, pink-blue acid green. This isn't just light, it's a language, a visual roar that promises everything and nothing. The crowds change too. Daytime throngs of shoppers and tourists thin out, replaced by a different kind of pilgrim. The after-work crowd, now free from the shackles of the office, moves with a new purpose. Not a cubicle, but a bar stool, a restaurant, a smoky alleyway. You can smell it in the air, exhaust fumes sizzling oil, cheap perfume possibility. You follow the flow, away from the main arteries, down a side street, and then another. You look for the red lantern, the akachochin. It's a universal sign, a beacon of hope for the thirsty and the hungry. It signals an izakaya, not just a bar, not just a restaurant. It's something more. It's a sanctuary, a decompression chamber for the Japanese salaryman. You slide open the door. The world outside vanishes. You're hit with a wall of sound and smoke, the clatter of plates, the sizzle of the grill, boisterous laughter of men who have shed their corporate skin. The air is thick with grilled fish, soy sauce, cigarette smoke. It's a primal, comforting aroma. If the izakaya is a sanctuary, Shinjuku at night is the wild, untamed frontier. You emerge from the relative calm, then plunge back into glorious chaos. The sheer density of eating and drinking establishments is staggering. Every building is a vertical stack of possibilities. Ramen joint on the first floor, whiskey bar in the basement, Korean barbecue on the fifth. You could spend a lifetime eating your way through this neighborhood and barely scratch the surface. The air feels seasoned thick with the ghosts of a million meals. We're not looking for fine dining. We're looking for the street, the yatai. Food stalls pop up as if by magic when the sun goes down. These stalls are the engines of the late-night scene. They serve hot food, fast service, and delicious meals to a never-ending stream. Here, you find takoyaki, golden brown batter balls with octopus. Sauce is drizzled over them. Bonito flakes dance on top. Just a stone's throw from the gleaming, futuristic expanse of Shinjuku Station lies a place that feels like a wrinkle in time. Omoide Yokocho. They call it Memory Lane some, less poetically, call it Piss Alley. Whichever name you choose, it fits. It's a network of impossibly narrow alleyways crammed with tiny yakitori joints, some seating no more than 5 or 6 people. The air is heavy, almost solid, with decades of accumulated smoke and history. The wooden beams are stained black. The lanterns cast a warm, hazy glow. You feel like you've stepped into a post-war photograph. This is a relic, a stubborn survivor from a different era. A place that has resisted the relentless march of development that has transformed the rest of the city. The salarymen packed into these tiny spaces are continuing a tradition that their fathers and grandfathers practiced before them. They hunch over small charcoal grills, nursing glasses of shochu, their faces illuminated by the flames. The night is a great confessional. As the hours wear on and the drinks flow, the masks begin to slip. People talk. They share things they wouldn't dream of saying in the cold light of day. You meet a young woman who works in a high-end department store in Ginza. By day, she is the epitome of polite, deferential service. By night, she's the lead singer in a punk rock band, screaming her lungs out in a dingy basement club in Kwenji. She tells you it's the only way she can stay sane. The two identities, the two worlds, they need each other to exist. You share a drink with a salaryman in his late 50s. He's worked for the same electronics company for 35 years. He tells you about the bubble era of the 80s, a time of insane wealth and decadence, of 10,000 yen taxi rides expense accounts that seem to have no limit. He speaks of it not with bitterness, but with a kind of weary nostalgia. "We thought it would last forever," he says, staring into his whiskey. "Nothing lasts forever. But tonight is good." A simple truth found at the bottom of a glass. Tokyo's solution to a lack of space has always been to build up. The same principle applies to its nightlife. The escape isn't always outward, into the streets. Often it's upward, into the floors of a nondescript building. You enter an elevator, press a button, and the doors open into another universe. A karaoke box, a private room, a big screen, a couple of microphones, a book filled with tens of thousands of songs. This is where Japan comes to let loose, to sing its heart out, judgment-free. It's not about being a good singer, it's about the release. Inside these soundproofed rooms, you see another side of the Japanese psyche. The reserved salaryman becomes a rock star, belting out an 80s power ballad with surprising passion. The quiet office lady transforms into a pop idol, complete with choreographed dance moves. It's a form of collective therapy. For a few hours, you and your friends are the stars of your own private concert. In a city of overwhelming stimulus, of constant noise and light, you would think that peace is an impossible commodity. But it's here. You just have to know where to look. You turn a corner, away from the neon glow of a nightlife district, and suddenly, you're in another world. A small Shinto shrine, tucked away between two towering apartment buildings. The air changes instantly. A stone torii gate marks the entrance to the sacred ground. Under the faint light of a stone lantern, the shrine is serene and beautiful. The scent of incense hangs in the air. Tokyo after dark is more than just a collection of bars, restaurants, clubs. It's a feeling. The taste of smoky yakitori in a crowded alley. The sound of a bad Bon Jovi cover in a karaoke box. The sight of 1,000 strangers crossing a street in perfect silent harmony. Like, comment, subscribe. There's always another story, just around the next corner.